So, in the world of podcast, Betty will now enter.
Good morning, Betty. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. Now we're excited about your upcoming podcast that you've been excited to get going. But I know you've kind of hit a little bit of a wall here because you haven't decided on a name yet.
Well, there's just so many options. Which way can you go with it? Which angle?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, have you narrowed it down to get some feedback from the audience, or what? Where are you at on this?
Well, I've got 5. Well, actually 4, really, because I'm not sure about one of them. But anyway, yeah, I have a few. You want me to lay them out for you there?
Yeah, let us have them.
Oh, please do.
The masses are waiting. Okay. Blondes are people too. With Betty Bussey, my personal favorite.
I like that one.
Yeah,
okay.
that's strong. Yeah.
Blondes are people too, with Betty Bussey. Okay, and then you got Breaking It Down with Betty Bussey. And we're not talking about break dancing, just breaking it down, Okay. And then you have Basically Betty Bussey.
Okay.
Just basically. Okay. And this is the one I'm not sure of. A friend of mine came up with this one, but I'm not sure. But Betty says, what? I don't know that I can go that high, at will. But Betty says, what? Okay. All right. And then The World According to Betty Bussey. And so there's a lot of those World According to people. So I don't know about that one either.
There's one yesterday I told you probably needed to go ahead and just take off the list.
Yeah. I went ahead and took that one off the list. You don't have to say it.
What was it?
Won't you go ahead and share it with everybody?
What was it?
Well, that'd be Back Porch Betty.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I mean, I don't know that is the direction I want to take this podcast. You know what I mean? So let's just
Betty say
what? We got. Yeah, Betty says what?
What if it was Betty say what on the back porch?
Yeah.
Bubba!
Bubba, I think
You're not on the pontoon, but
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Well, Betty, that's what's the beauty of having a husband. So he was able to give you, some things that probably women wouldn't think of, with some of these names. Only men would maybe, start snickering or something like that. So
yeah, well,
that's why
that one I'm afraid would when they have in the military, when they have a thing they call mission creep, I'm afraid that name might have some creep to it, and it might turn into something else.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it'd bring out a creep, I'm sure. But anyway, if you weren't a creep, it'd bring it out a creep. Oh, man.
All right, so Betty, help me delve in. We're helping with this name. I'm listening to Betty's podcast, soon to be named, and I'm tuning in. What am I going to hear? What are you going to cover? What am I going to find there?
Well, it's kind of, as I told Bill, it's very similar to y'all's show or Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing and everything. You know what I mean? So we might do home decor one day. It depends on who I can get to. I would like to interview people, so we'll see how that goes. Oh. But anyway, of course, you and Bill are you and Bubba are my first interviews. So anyway,
she's declared we have to be the first show.
Of course,
yeah,
yes.
That's just a given because I've lived with Bill for 31 years, so I figure he owes that to me.
Well, you know what it is, Betty. You remember there was a time in the early days of the show, if you started a new weekly magazine or monthly magazine, we were the first cover.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I know. Yeah,
honey, I'll give you anything you want. So
careful.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to the back porch, but anyway.
Oh, my goodness. Betty say what?
Betty say what?
So, with y'all, we're not going to be covering any home decor questions or anything, so don't worry. But, it might be about fashion. It might be about home decor. It might be about food, faith, exercising, fitness, dieting, whatever. And every now and then I might have a sports or a politics person, we'll see. I don't know.
Hey, Betty. Betty say what?
Betty say what?
That's gotta
So
it sounds like that one's winning.
Now you're not under any obligation, but do we need to do a quick poll here to get to find out what everybody thinks about these?
Now, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings if I don't go with the name, but yeah, y'all can if you want to. You want me to run the list again, or do y'all have
yes.
it?
Run it again.
Yeah.
All right, number 1. Okay. Blondes are people too with Betty Bussey. Okay. Number 2, Breaking It Down with Betty Bussey. Number 3, Basically, Betty Bussey. That's kind of plain. But anyway, Basically, Betty Bussey. And then Betty Says, What? That's one.
That's my favorite.
You got to say it like that.
I'm going to tell you
favorite.
what, going into this, Blondes Are People Too with Betty Bussey was my favorite. But at this particular moment, I'm all into Betty Say, What?
Now, The World According to Betty Bussey, you said that's played out. You're not going to go with that one at all?
Well, I don't know. What do you that? The World According to Betty Bussey is number 5. So you got Blondes Are People Too, Breaking It Down with Betty Bussey, Basically Betty Bussey, Betty Says What, and The World According to Betty Bussey.
So I'm with you, Bubba. I came into this thinking I had a clear front runner.
Yeah.
And I find myself being pulled to Betty say, What?
Especially if you do it that way every time. So are we going to quick poll this? How you want to do it?
Let's quick poll it, and you have to just name one of these options.
Okay. All right, here we go.
If it's a power pole, Greg will
I'm going with it,
climb
Rick.
I know, it's an old
Fishing
one.
pole, Mark will sign
It
it.
is. I just like to hear it.
A web pole, Ryan will design it.
Grillo.
A flag pole, the army is behind it.
I should have played that. Ow.
Everybody's got one. Voice your opinion on the Rick and Bubba official quick poll.
One more time, and this is the only choices you have.
All right. It's Blondes Are People Too with Betty Bussey, Breaking It Down with Betty Bussey, Basically Betty Bussey, Betty Says What with Betty Bussey, or The World According to Betty Bussey.
Oh, boy.
There they are.
All
Are
right.
we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready
Yeah.
for the votes, guys? All right,
yeah.
so Bubba, where are we going?
Let's go. Let's start with Greg, line 1. Speedy, you just run them down through there if you
Yeah,
want to.
sure. Greg, what's your vote, bud?
Betty Says Free Lori Loughlin.
I'm sorry, Rick.
Why didn't I think of that?
All right, Nessa, go ahead.
Betty Says What?
Okay, well, we know that's
Yeah.
gonna
That's
be
going to be strong, guys.
Yeah, Adam, go ahead.
The World According to Betty.
Oh, okay. This is a surprise.
I can picture it.
No, let's go to Jennifer. Jennifer,
Back to the basics with Betty.
what? No. Oh, back to the
Is that
basic. Basically, Betty. Is that what you-
Basically, Betty.
Okay. Basically Betty.
Okay, basically
Okay,
Betty.
I
Okay.
guess. Okay.
All right, spreading them around a little bit here. Tyler.
Hey, let's go with Basically Blonde Betty.
Do we count that, guys? That's not one of them.
I'd put it under basically.
Basically, okay, we're going there. All right, got it. Let's see, Bobby, go ahead.
Betty Says What?
I just love hearing people try to say it. David, go ahead. What's your vote?
Hey, can I give Betty a compliment before I give you my vote?
Rick, can he?
Sure.
She has a great radio voice, and I love her laugh. Now, hopefully, me saying that, she'll give me 5,000 brownie points, and if so, I'd like to transfer those over to Bubba since he's married to her. My vote is Betty Said What?
Okay, there you go.
Sure.
There we go, Betty. Let's go to Tara. Tara.
Betty.
I'm sorry?
Basically Betty.
Basically Betty. Wow.
Are y'all surprised by its momentum?
I am.
And let me tell you what's funny. I'm getting email. You know what I mean with Betty Bussey.
Yeah. I saw that.
You know what I
also,
mean?
a lot of Barney Mask emails as well. Sarah, go ahead.
All right.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I'm blonde, and blondes are people too.
Oh, there it is.
Absolutely. Remember that?
You got your vote.
Do you remember that old contest
Yes,
we used to do?
yes. That's where that came from, by the way.
Yeah.
Joe voting. Joe, go ahead. Oh, wow.
What?
Betty Says What?
Say it
Okay.
again, Joe.
Betty Say What?
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah,
there it
that's
is.
right, yeah.
He's got it down. The what?
Yeah.
Yep.
He does, Betty. You're going to have to say that every podcast.
Yeah,
I know.
you're going to say
I
it a
don't know if
lot.
My throat would hold out. Yeah.
All right. Heath, go ahead. You're voting.
The World According to Betty Bussey.
All right. I'm trying to screen and vote, so I think I'm keeping up with it. I got 4-3. Betty Says What? Is winning over basically Betty Bussey.
Yeah, you could have Bubba keep the score if you
Yeah,
want
you want me to score?
Carla, what's up?
Blonde Betty.
Blind Betty. Okay.
Does that
I
mean-
don't see Blind Betty.
Bam, bam, blow, blonde Betty.
Is that blondes are
Bam,
people
lam,
too?
Betty
Is
is a
that
blonde.
Is that blondes or people too? What do we vote? Where's that go?
But that's out. That's not a vote.
Yeah, throw it out. We're not going to be like the judges with this mail-in voting. You only got the choices, and the date is the date.
Okay. JK.
Hey, Betty said, what? On the back porch.
No. do we give Betty says what? Do we give it to that?
Yeah,
okay.
I think the
right,
the other part was
5-3. It's winning
comedic
over basically Betty Bussey.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Some of these lines are sticking. Interesting. 5. Let's go to JT.
JT.
Backdoor Betty.
No, that was out. That was out.
I don't know if I should have dumped that.
Yeah.
Right. No, he's kind of got.
I told Betty that would
got a little
lead
bit,
that direction.
Got a little bit too blocked there. I didn't know
That's
what to
one
do.
reason we didn't do back porch. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
There it is.
Yep, that's exactly what Bubba wanted.
Speedy's got his hands full. He can't decide to put a call up or dump it. He just his hands don't know where to
I'm
go.
over here. I'm dumping over
Rick,
here.
Can you see it? Can you see Speedy?
I got Rick here.
It's like an octopus with a bunch of pins in his hand.
We got
you know
Betty
what I mean?
here. We got you over here. Betty calls. I got Rick. I got a dump over here. Let's go to Will. Will.
Speedy said, what?
What's your vote, Will?
Betty says, what?
Okay, Rick. We almost. It's 6-3 over basically Betty Bussey.
I can't imagine what that. I'm gonna have to fix when I get back to that board over there. I'm gonna have to. There's so many things put back into place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. Maybe 1 or 2 more, Rick. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Unless
Go
y'all
ahead.
think if it's a runaway.
Go ahead with 2
Well,
more.
it's getting there. Rebecca, go ahead.
I like Betty says, what?
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably seal it. Won't we take Melanie just for to finish out here?
All right then. Melanie, what's up?
Hey, Betty said, what?
Oh, that's
That'll
gonna be
do
the
it.
winner.
That'll
right
do it.
there.
That'll do it.
Betty Lou.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it.
So will Betty take your recommendation or not now?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Betty, I know you're worried about hurting people's feelings. How does that resonate with you?
What, hurting people's feelings? Or
Well,
Betty said,
the
"What?"
name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, y'all are the professionals. What do y'all think?
Well, you here's how you do it, Betty. You always picture the first time that you hear it being promoted. Okay, so let's go to a future show. Hey guys, I want to remind y'all coming up this weekend. A couple of notes you need to make. Don't forget Rick and Bubba University, the podcast. We got a brand new episode coming up this weekend, and also releasing this weekend. Don't forget, Betty Bussey's podcast. Betty say what?
I don't know if I can invite anybody on to interview and keep a straight face and say, I'd like to be interviewed on Betty says, what?
Yeah. It's like a real serious podcast on that week. Yeah. Hey, sir, thank you for joining us on Betty Says What?
Right.
I want you to picture this so much. Say
Yes.
somebody, maybe you find a way to somebody from HDTV, okay?
Right.
And they're saying, okay, so we're the handler. Tell me when does the podcast run? Well, we usually release it over whatever y'all decide. Okay,
Yeah.
and so tell me again, what's the name of it? Well, it's I'm Betty Bussey. I got you. What's the name of the podcast? It's Betty Say What?
Betty Bussey say, what?
Or if you're being interviewed, you tell the reporter, no, you really say what when you introduce them.
Right.
That's right.
Well,
Betty,
if you're going with number 2, basically Betty Bussey came in second.
Yeah. dude.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and somebody had the idea of basically blonde, Betty. That's not bad. I mean, I don't want the brunettes to feel inferior.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt
because
their
there's-
feelings.
Brunettes
Well,
are
you-
lots of fun too, but
Well, you don't want to hurt their feelings because then you won't have an interpreter.
well, that's true.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Wow.
so Bubba, are you
Here
surprised that blondes are people too didn't pick up more momentum?
Yeah, I really am because I thought that would be the lead dog, so to speak. Because I thought it was funny, but after this segment, see your perception sometimes sitting on the couch versus the real world is different. You know.
Yeah, and remember, you're wanting to stand out too in a sea of podcasts. Of course, you've got to tie to the show, so you already have a an advantage, which is a blessing because there's already an audience for you. But boy, I tell you that Betty Say What, it certainly is memorable, isn't it?